Alright, so the next thing that you have is the Pythagoras Theorem. Pythagoras Theorem basically works only on a 90-degree triangle, right? So if you have a 90-degree triangle somewhat like this, this would be the symbol for a 90-degree triangle. So it's basically a very, very small square inside a triangle. If you're given this kind of a symbol, this is a 90-degree triangle, you have to memorize this properly. Now, some of the basics for Pythagoras Theorem. How does Pythagoras Theorem work? There are three major sides that you do need to know. You do need to memorize their definitions, and not just definitions, but how to recognize these sides. So, what are these three sides? The first is hypotenuse. The second is opposite, also known as perpendicular, and the third is adjacent, also known as base. So these three sides are very important to recognize, not just in Pythagoras theorem, but there will be trigonometric ratios as well. Over there also you have to remember these sides properly. So how does this work? So first things first, hypotenuse is number one, it is the longest side, and number two, in front of the 90-degree angle. So hypotenuse will always be the longest side, and it would be right in front of the 90-degree angle. So if you see over here, this side seems to be the longest, right? So this side is the longest. This would be your hypotenuse, and also it is right in front of the 90-degree triangle, 90-degree angle. So this would be your hypotenuse. Then there would be an angle, extra angle given to you. A lot of times this angle is given to you, a lot of times this angle is not given to you, but I'll just give you an example if this angle is given to you or no. So now your opposite or perpendicular would be the side next to 90-degree angle, and number two, will not have an extra angle. So this side, perpendicular or opposite, will not have an extra angle, and it will be right next to the 90-degree angle. So if you see, this side does not have an extra angle, and it is right next to your 90-degree angle. So now you will also tell me that okay, so adjacent also does not have is also next to the 90-degree angle. I will explain it. Just give me 1 minute. So now this side does not have any angle, or any angle that we need to find out, because of which this side would be your opposite. And adjacent will also be next to your 90-degree angle, but it will have both the 90-degree, both 90-degree and angle on the side. So it will have both 90-degree and angle. So whichever line has both 90-degree and angle on it, that side is called adjacent, right? This is very, very important, very necessary to memorize in order to do the rest of the trigonometric topic. So please make sure we know this, we know how to recognize this, so that we can move forward, right? If somebody of you has not copied this down or has not understood this, please do ask questions. We will be doing questions from this to make it more clear. Okay, so now we're not yet We have not yet started Pythagoras theorem. So what is the Pythagoras theorem? The formula for Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square equals to opposite square plus adjacent square, or h square equals to o square plus a square. A lot of schools and a lot of teachers, they also tell one more formula, which is c square, c square equals to a square plus b square, where c is hypotenuse, a is opposite and b is adjacent. You can take any formula, but this is the major, or this is the basic formula for Pythagoras theorem. You have to remember this formula correctly, right? So a lot of times what will happen is, let's suppose we'll do an example question, then we'll get on to Pythagoras theorem questions. So for example, this side is given to you as 18, this side is given to you, let's suppose, as 10. So now what you will do is, you can take, so there's a plus sign in between, right? So you can take this side or 10 side as adjacent, you can take this as opposite, it won't matter much. It will be the same thing. So let's take this as opposite as it is. So 18 square equals to 10 square plus adjacent square. So 324 equals to 100, 10 square is 100, plus a square. 100 will go to the other side. 324 minus 100 equals to a square. 224 equals to a square. And square will go to the other side, so this will become root. So 224 a, so 14.96 is your adjacent, or this side is 14.96, right? This is the formula for Pythagoras theorem, and this is how it works. We'll go on to the questions now to see what is actually going on in Pythagoras theorem. Alright, so here are some questions given to you. As always, I like to do the easy questions, and I'm the teacher, I can do easy questions. So let's do the first question first. Over here, as you see, opposite is given to you and adjacent is given to you. You can switch sides, you can call this opposite, you can call this adjacent, both are adding up together, so it won't matter much. So a square equals to 4 square plus 3 square. A square equals to 4 square is 16, 3 square is 9. A square equals to 25, a equals to root 25, a equals to 5. Notice a that is given to you as 5 is longer than 4 and is longer than 3, or this side and this side. It's longer than both of the sides, which means that our answer is correct. If sometime you see that your hypotenuse is coming less than your opposite or adjacent, then you have to make sure that you're doing something wrong. You have to check again. You have to check your answer again, right? But if it is coming longer than both the sides, then alright, fine, why not? You're doing the correct thing. Okay, let's do one more question, this time a bit more challenging. So let's do this one. I feel this is the most challenging one, and to be honest, this is the longest one as well. Okay, so now over here what you need to do is you need to find out the side j, but in order to find out side j, you will first need to find out this side, and then you'll find out j. So let's name this a, let's name this b. So in order to find out a is the hypotenuse side, so a square equals to 1 square plus 1 square. A square equals to 1 plus 1, which is a square equals to 2, and then you will do a equals to under root 2. 1.41 is what we are getting as a. So a equals to 1.41. Now notice this 1.41 side is your new opposite. Adjacent is given to you as root 2. You can also keep this as root 2 as well. I think we'll keep this as root 2. That'll be fine. So in order to find B is again your hypotenuse. So we'll do B square equals to root 2 square plus root 2 square. See, your base is root 2, your hypotenuse is root 2, so we'll keep both of them as root 2. So B square equals to root square cancels, root square cancels, so this becomes 4, 2 plus 2 is 4. So B equals to root 4, B equals to 2. So now this B of yours is coming up to as 2. So now you have to find J. J is again the hypotenuse, so J square equals to root 5 square plus 2 square. So root and this cancels out, this just becomes 5. So J square equals to 5 plus 4, 2 square is 4. So J square is 9 and J equals to root 9, which gives you as 3. So over here J is equal to 3 that you have. Notice B over here was 2, A over here was root 2, so J is the longest side, which means our answer is correct. Right? This is how hypotenuse, perpendicular or opposite, adjacent works. This is how Pythagoras theorem works. Finish all these questions. This can be our assignment. If you have any other questions, please do let me know and we can explain it further. But this is basically the whole formula and the application of the formula, how Pythagoras theorem works. Very, very important. Please make sure that you know this, you understand this very well.